my story, think about it, and consider what would happen if humanity never started using fire. Where would they be right now? They'd be too cold to live in the colder climates. Where would they be? They'd probably be in the tropics, where they can live without the use of fire. What's in the tropics? Lots of fruit, lots of leafy greens, lots of nuts, foods that humans like. So what do you think they'd be eating? Well, they can't cook their food, so they have to eat things that they can eat raw. What tastes good? Fruit tastes good, not all fruits, but many fruits taste very good. Leafy greens taste good, not all leafy greens taste good, but there's many that do. Humanity does have a niche. They do have a section of the dietary realm that is designed for them. In actuality, in my opinion, different foods taste good to humans and others don't, and other animals like those foods that humans don't like, and it's part of the balance of nature. Humans eat their section of the dietary realm of nature, and other animals eat other plants, because then everybody can get along. I believe in a nature that wants harmony and love, fundamentally. I think humans are the ones who deviated from harmony, love, and joy. They're the ones who forgot that we can all be family together. We can all be working together like your fingers and your hands and your feet, all working together as one body. I believe all nature works together as one body. So if you want to be free, and if you want to be happy, and if you want to be physically beautiful, strong, healthy, vibrant, powerful in your life, financially successful, and doing what you love every day, I would highly urge you to consider starting with your diet. If you want to exercise every day, you need a good diet. And then exercising every day leads to beauty, health, joy, and feeling vibrant and successful. So I think diet's a very good starting place for everything. And in the realm of diet, I'd highly recommend you to start by reducing the use of fire and seeing what that does. You'll be surprised at how much that does, given that fire, in my opinion, is what started all of humanity's troubles by enabling humanity to deviate from nature. Again, it's my story, it's my model, see how you like it, see if it resonates with you inside, but really, think about what would happen without fire. We'd still be in nature. We'd still be eating raw food. There's no other kind of food. Minus fire, there is no other kind of food. For lack of fire, there's only raw food. So minus fire, that's all we'd be eating. And we wouldn't be overpopulated. There'd be just enough of us to have lots of fun and play and dance and sing and be one with nature in our proper proportions for the rest of the species on the planet to enjoy their abundance as well. We wouldn't be driving out different species of animals. We wouldn't be making them extinct. There wouldn't be a race of the animals to survive against the humans. They're fighting a war right now to keep their place on the planet against the humans and losing. Why? Because humans are taking over. Why? Because they're overproducing. Why? Because they're in places they don't belong, doing things they shouldn't be doing. The first technology was fire, and look at how many other technologies have caused trouble for humanity. And if you want to reference modern medicine as, oh, look at all the wonders that technology has accomplished, I don't know. Have you really looked at the statistics regarding allopathic medicine? And how many cases of malpractice there are, and how many instances there are of failures in modern medicine? What if we had a healthy diet and a healthy way of exercising, so our bodies were so strong and healthy that we didn't need medicine? What happened before there was medicine and before there was illness? What was humanity doing? Where was humanity before illness? They were strong and healthy and happy and vibrant and moving a lot and climbing trees and running around and having lots of fun. What caused illness? Well, what is illness? Illness is a state of lack of harmony in the body. What brings harmony? Beauty. What brings beauty? Nature is beauty. So my point is, if you're in nature and in beauty, you're naturally in a state of harmony with your environment, and so you're naturally in a state of harmony with your body, and so you don't get sick. But if you're going to be in nature, totally for real, without a house, the only way to not live in a house in nature is if you live in a climate that's warm. So, again, we see how fire has separated humanity from beauty, from nature, from health, and is the cause of illness, because once humanity shut themselves off from nature in these artificial structures, they lost touch with everything that was beautiful and natural, and now they sit inside and stare at computers all day instead of looking at the beauties of nature, and so they lose their beauty of mind, and they lose their beauty of emotions, and they lose their beauty of body, and they get sick a lot. And then they turn to allopathic medicine with all its modern technological advances, and all these modern technological advances by and large require a power source other than the sun. And that power source is probably coming from an electric socket, which is probably wired to a generator of some kind, or a reactor. Ultimately, it's a reactor. What kind of reactor? In modern times, it happens to be a fission reactor. So all of modern medicine is tied to fire. All of modern technology, which requires a power source other than the sun, is wired to death. Because that's what fire is. Fire is death. It's the destruction of the wood, it's the destruction of the atom. It leads very easily to the destruction of you. It leads very easily to the destruction of your food. Fire is a time of change when it happens in nature. A time of transition. The forest becomes new. Any animals who don't escape the fire also become new. They become soil. You don't want to become soil. You're not here to become soil. Don't mate with the very thing that turns everything it encounters into new soil. That's death. That's called fire. Humanity has found the part of nature that instigates death and renewal, and has become fascinated with it, and is constantly, perpetually killing themselves with every meal by killing their food. Humanity has a worship of death. Look in the movie theater, all you see is death. So, if you want to be free and you want to be alive, don't worship death, and don't worship that which causes death, which is fire. This whole culture worships death. I just said all of technology is powered by a generator of some power source of some kind, which is not the sun. It's the nuclear reactor that is the death of the atom. So this whole culture is powered by death, worships death, and if you want life, you need to worship life. And that means have food that is still alive, not being killed by fire. That means food that isn't cooked. And if anyone wants to tell you that humans are not capable of living on wild foods, I lived on wild food my entire summer. This summer, I was eating wild greens the whole summer. I even found wild fruit in New Jersey. Yeah, there's a few berries in the summer, but I actually found sufficient wild fruit too. I was just locally around in my area. There is the potential for humans to live on wild food. There is the potential for humans to find food, I think, anywhere where they belong, which I believe is in the tropics. Since you don't live there, most of us don't live there, many of us don't live there, I don't live there. Since we don't necessarily live in the tropics, what do? You do the best you can.